Well, greetings and good morning, BUS22 students. This is Mr. Doucette. This is week number 4 in our 8-week course in managerial communications here at Norco College. And this week we're going to be covering actually 3 chapters. So this is kind of a big chunk all at once, but it all deals with the same topic, and that is business writing and creating business documents. So we'll be learning how to do that. We'll be learning how to format a letter, how to format a memo, how to draft and prepare an email, some of the more common business documents that you would create in a business setting. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen here. Now we are going to be doing a Zoom session on Thursday at 9 a.m. to cover the topic of business writing. And so keep that in mind if you want to join me at 9 a.m. in Zoom. I'll show you how to access that in just a minute. Also, we are starting module number 2. So last week you ended with preparing your individual presentation online, and you submitted that. And by the way, I will be grading those. Usually near the end of the week I'll start, because I want you to also view and comment on at least 2 other students' presentations before I grade yours. So make sure you do that over the next few days, and then I'll start grading later in the week. You also turned in your do's and don'ts of presenting or presentations, and so I'll be grading those over the next few days as well. Just keep that in mind. So we're starting module 2. I'm going to select module 2 here, and that's going to bring me to our module 2, week number 4 in Canvas here. So there is a video on business writing that I already recorded from another session, and you're welcome to watch that. However, I'm also going to be holding a Zoom session on Thursday, this Thursday at 9 a.m., and you can also view that, or you can just join me there. At least there you get to ask questions and get answers, and I'll be explaining maybe a little bit specifically about the writing assignment you're going to be doing. Now, in the video that's already recorded, I talk about you doing a different assignment. I changed the assignment, and that's why I'm doing a new Zoom session, and I'll be explaining a little bit that assignment that's right here, a memo to the CEO that you'll be doing. But this week, you're going to be learning how to format a memo, and that's the big thing I want you to catch. So make sure when you're reading through the chapters that you look at that. It's actually chapter 7 where you start looking at memos. So I gave you some areas of the book to look at that show you how to format a memo. I also gave you right here how to format a memo. It's a PowerPoint presentation I did as a teaching demonstration. Again, you're going to be reading the 4 chapters. So watch the video or join me in the Zoom session. Read this, watch this PowerPoint presentation on formatting a memo. It lays it all out for you. Read the 3 chapters. And then when you're done doing all that, go ahead and do your check-in assignment, which is 2 questions, 1 to 2 questions for each of the 3 chapters. You have a quiz on chapters 4 through 6, and then you have your first writing assignment. So kind of follow in that order. I wouldn't probably start my writing assignment until after you've either watched the business writing video or join me in the Zoom session. And then you have your second discussion post. This will be available for 3 weeks. So you don't have to do it all in 1 week, but it is a multi-interactive assignment. So once again, just like you did the do's and don'ts of business presentations, I want you just to make an initial list. You don't have to read anything. You can do this right away. Just what would you consider to be a good business document? What are the do's and don'ts of that? Not only how it reads, but how it looks and how it's formatted. So as best you can, make a list, then go and view other students, come to the Zoom session, watch the video. I'll actually be covering the do's and don'ts of business writing in the Zoom session, and I do also on the recorded one. And then you can submit your final list at the end of next week. So again, it's an interactive assignment, so it's not meant to just go in once and do it. It's meant to go in and in again and seeing what other students are saying, and then in again to give your final list. So that's it for week number 4. By the way, this marks the halfway point in our class, so we have 4 more weeks to go, and then the class ends. So please don't fall behind. Please stay on top of the assignments. This is a little bit of a busy week, being that it's the start of a new module, and you're going to be adding a writing assignment to your mix, although you aren't going to be doing the presentation, and that was a big assignment, I understand. So these will be short documents. Remember, business writing is not long. It should be short. brief to the point. So you're looking at half page to 1 page documents on all of these assignments. And I'll just say, if you go over that, either you formatted it incorrectly or you're just being too wordy and long. You need to simplify and clarify your sentences and your paragraphs. So, all right, well, that's it. Have a great week, everyone, and you will see me on video again next week.